Yo, what's good, y'all, man? Look, welcome back to the Elite Podcast. Look, this is what I want you to do. Check it out now. Pull up a chair because today we're diving into something that's going to shake up the entire recruiting game. And we're talking about early recruitment. All right. So, look, y'all, let me ask you something. Have you noticed how fast things are moving now? Like, the recruiting timeline we all grew up with. I mean, it's like that thing is completely gone. It's like it just died, right? Like, and if you're a parent or player still thinking that it starts your junior year, you're like, what happened? Why do I feel like I'm already behind? Why am I trying to play this catch-up process? Why am I looking at all these camps? So let's talk about it. How did this timeline get flipped? See, it all started with the NCAA pushing the early signing period to December. That one little change, y'all, it cracked the whole thing wide open. What we used to start, I guess we could say that. What used to start in your junior year is now happening freshman year. I'm talking like 14 years old getting offers, taking visits, locking in before they even finish and growing. That man, and now that I'm even thinking about it more, you're talking like as young as 12 now where guys are getting offered now. That's a whole nother podcast episode where we're talking about committable offers. But man, the fact of the matter is the recruiting process is just expediting like crazy. And the question is why? Because kids are enrolling early now. Like, this is a real thing. Like, if I go back to my time at Texas A&M, we had a guy named Ryan Tannehill. He was quarterback for the Miami Dolphins for a long period of time. And he was the first that I knew of that skipped out on his second semester of his senior year to enroll early in order to learn the playbook and get accustomed to his teammates, college life, all those things, right? You see, January for the senior year, for the athletes now, they're packing their bags, they're skipping prom, and they're walking into college weight rooms. And that whole evaluation window, it happens much earlier now, right? See, official visits in January and February. Those are the things. Commitments by June and July. That is absolutely wild in this timeline. And so parents, you got to understand that this ain't how it used to be. This is a new game. And if you don't adjust, you're going to get left behind and miss out on potential scholarship offers. Make sure you guys understand that. See, now here's another twist that's coming fast, right? And it's really starting to show its head, but it's this thing called reclassification where you're seeing more and more kids skip their senior year altogether. Like straight up, they're reclassifying up, leaving high school early and headed to college. And honestly, I think we're about to see this become the norm for top guys, top level recruits in the nation. Here's why. Because everything, scholarships, NIL, revenue share, it's all tied to enrollment. And you can't get that bag unless you're on campus, right? You can't get paid. You can't see the fruits of your labor and your value until you're enrolled in a college. So if you're a kid that's already got offers, already proved himself, why stick around for your senior year when you could be at a Power 5 program getting paid, developing, and building your brand? See, parents are catching on to this. Parents are starting to wise up. And they're not just looking for high school teams anymore. They're looking for systems, for exposure, for programs that get their kid ready to play like a pro. Now, look, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, all right? And I know we have money that we're talking about, but this is a real conversation to have here, right? Reclassifying and enrolling early, that's a big decision because this isn't just about football anymore. It's about business. And the biggest piece that gets overlooked in all of this is the development portion. So if that's the piece that's getting overlooked, man, let's really dive in. Let's talk about this, right? See, if the timeline is moving up, if the pressure is about coming earlier to school is there, what does that mean for player development? And this is what I can tell you. You don't have time to figure it out anymore. You got to be built early. You got to know who you are as a player and sharpen those tools from day one, right? So specialization is the reality now. I believe in multi-sport athletes 100%. I believe that you should play multiple sports. But most kids aren't playing 2 or 3 sports anymore. They're locking into one. So you better make sure it's the one that you love and the one that you're good at. Because college football, it is a professional sport. Let me make sure I make that clear. A professional sport. And if you want to get paid like a pro, you got to prepare like one. So let me break it down even further now, all right? Development today is about skill. Okay, it's about skill. It's not just size. It's not just speed. See, coaches want to know, can you run that route clean? Can you flip your hips on defense? Can you cover in space? Can you process, adjust, and lead under pressure? That's what gets you recruited. That is what gets you paid. That's what gets you the bag. Okay? Bigger, faster, stronger is cool, but your hands, your feet, your hips, that's the stuff that makes you elite. That's what we coach at PPT Elite. That's why we develop you know what? Let me take that back. That's why development isn't optional. See, I was going to say something else, but when I just got to it, man, I had to think like development is not optional. It's mandatory. See, now, if you're a parent, man, you're listening to this. Here's the realest thing I can tell you. Take off the goggles. Don't just see your athlete as a baby who works hard and wants it bad. See them the way recruiters do. Can he execute? Can he dominate? Can he project to the next level? You got to be brutally honest. And then build a plan that fits who your athlete really is. And once you've made the decision to go all in, now it's about preparation, okay? So you got two fronts to that. Let's get into it, mental and physical. See, mentally, your kids got to be ready for independence, for pressure, for expectation of being a paid athlete. That NIL money does not come with a manual. You got to move like a pro. You have to handle your business. You have to manage your brand, and you have to keep your circle tight. Now let's talk about the physical side. See, physically, it's about the right environment, not just working out, not just training, but training with intention. So you're training like it's your job, training like you've already signed the scholarship paper and you're coming for a starting spot as a freshman. And see, you got to understand, that's why we built PPT. This isn't a hype machine. This isn't just 7-on-7. We're a year-round development program that prepares athletes for what college football really is, right? Now, we bridge the gap between where you are and where you say you want to go. And we do it in real structure, real coaching, and real exposure. All right? Now, look, man, y'all got to understand this. And hear me when I say this. Hear my heart behind this. You can't wing it anymore. You can't just do what everybody else is doing. You can't depend on your high school coach to carry your recruiting. This is a business, and you need a system. But most importantly, you need a blueprint. Make sure that you really understand the business of this as you try and help elevate your child, or as an athlete, you try and help get as much exposure as possible that will lead to scholarships. So look, as we wrap this up, man, if this episode hit home, if you're nodding your head, you're taking notes, or just realizing how fast this world is moving, do me a favor. Follow the show. Leave a review. And share this with another parent or athlete that needs to hear it. Because we're not just talking football. We're building futures. All right? So, look, check it out, man. I'm Jordan Pugh, and this is the Elite Way Podcast. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Catch y'all on the next one.